Donyai, how's practice today?
Today has been pretty good. This week has been pretty good, After you have a loss, some coaches say that's the best thing for a team, because it humbles you. It makes you go back to the basics. It makes you regroup.
Jamal was trying to tell us you guys are a little bit hungry this week.
Yeah.
Is that the mood like with the guys?
Oh yes, sir. I mean, you never want to start the season 0-1, but what's worse than 0-1, 0-2, and you never want that.
How do you view this matchup against Texas State? What are the things their offense does well?
Come again?
The Texas State offense, what do you have to be prepared for with them?
They got a good quarterback, transfer from two big schools. They got good receivers that make plays. Their running backs they got two running backs that are real shifty. They create lanes for themselves. We just it's the same thing every week. We gotta execute the plan that we have, and that's what it comes down to, execution.
What was your reaction when you saw that they beat Baylor?
That was I gotta give them their props. They went to another team's home stadium and won a season opener. You can't take nothing away from them. You got to give them their props.
This is a trophy game for you guys. Is that adding extra juice to this one, or bring anything to the table?
We try to view every game the same. A game is a game. It's the same thing as practice, but this time we got more fans watching.
How about trying to bounce back from the Houston loss? Is that what's it been like, the mentality in practice this week of sort of erasing that?
For some people, like myself, you can get carried away with winning. And when you lose, it humbles you. It keeps you grounded. Nobody ever likes to just keep losing. That's never what you want to do. But when you take one and you can learn from it, that's good.
Donyai, how would you say the defense played in week one?
I feel like week one we played pretty good. But we're working on that. Just being able to end games on defense. Not having to rely on other phases. If we could get it done on defense, get it done.
How would you say you played in the first game?
I feel like I did pretty good, but it's always room for improvement. I still got to go back and correct some of the stuff that but it's just always going back, sharpening the tools that you got in the toolbox.
What are some of those things you want to correct?
Just like my eyes, that's really the main thing. My eyes, having my eyes in the right spots at the right time at all times.
You were able to get in the backfield for a couple of pretty disruptive plays. What was the key to kind of creating some havoc from your individual perspective?
It's just executing the plan that the coaches are giving us. That's all it is. You can call any play you want. You can call anything, but it's all about execution. You can have the best play with the best offense that they're about to run, but if you don't execute it ain't going to look like that.
You guys are going to be back in the Alamo Dome this weekend. What's the mood like with that?
That's going to be a fun one. When it's always rough when you got to go to a away game because you don't have your the whole city behind you. But when we come back to the Alamo Dome, we know the city's going to be there.
How have you grown as a player from last year to this year?
I say just like the edge. It's just it's not that didn't have the edge last year, but I feel like the edge is getting more because I feel like the tunnel's getting there. You feel me? I'm coming up to my senior year, so it's like the tunnel is coming near. So you feel me? It's it's now or never.
What does that edge mean to you on the field? How do you sort of embody that?
It's just like me and my brother. My brother texted me before the game, and he told me just write relentless on my wrist sleeve. So that's just what I want to do this whole season. Just play relentless. Whatever I'm doing, pass rushing, being in coverage, whatever I gotta do, just be relentless.
Donyai, how good can the defense be? It seemed like they played pretty well week one. What's the ceiling for how good this defense could be?
Our ceiling is just execution. That's we know when we execute 100%, we're a great defense, and we know when we execute 100%, we put our team in a good position.
What did it mean to you to get a starting role this year and to have that from week
Sir?
one? To get a starting job this year, what did it mean to you to win that competition?
It's nice being able to become a leader. After my brother, he was a leader for this team, and then him graduating, going into his next phase of his life, and then me being able to step up and obviously being able to wear his number as well. It makes me proud, makes my brother proud, makes my whole family proud.
Did you talk to him about that, the decision to wear the same number, or how did that come together for you?
I didn't find out until after the single digit count came back, and then when I found out, I called him.
Was he supportive of that? What was
Oh
his
yeah,
reaction?
yeah. He just started smiling, laughing.
Yeah.
It was a great moment.
Do you feel like you bring a lot of the same things, or are you a different type of player from what he brought to that role?
Me and my brother, we play with a lot of like grit. Like we were grit players. Like coming from small towns, like that's what I feel like that's what it developed. Like grit players, like being able to be relentless, being able to be versatile, doing more than one thing. Like, and that's just like something that we grew up and developed on, and being able to be versatile coming from a small town, like that helped us when we got to college.
Is there anything he told you as you were getting ready for this year that you kind of took as advice or that helped you fit into this role?
Just like don't dwell on the last play. No matter how good or bad it is, it's always the next play.
You've mentioned relentless a couple times. I know at the end of the first half there you got flagged for a late hit. Is there like a balancing act to that of trying to do it the right way?
Yeah, I made a bad decision. I just gotta learn from it. Yes, sir.
Is there a value to sort of being a type of player that pushes the envelope in some senses, or can sort of put that pressure on other teams?
I mean, it's a violent game, so I mean, you obviously got to push the envelope a little bit, but it's just like knowing situations, and I made a bad decision in that situation.
Gotcha. Cool.
Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks.